Call
Call
your
your
sponsor.
sponsor.
Call
you sponsor.
your sponsor.
Call you
Call
sponsor.
your
Call you
sponsor.
sponsor.
Call you.
Bitch, call your sponsor.
Call
Yeah.
your
Oh my God, I'm
sponsor.
gonna cry.
Call
There was this
your
woman at that ACA meeting, and she looked pretty young, and she looked perfect, honestly, Sam. Her ponytail was slicked back. She had the right shoes on. She had the right zipper. Everything was perfection. And when she talked, she said that her rebellious teenager was like riding shotgun with her and was like, hey, furious with her. You're not acknowledging me. I want Doc Marten boots. You're not seeing me. I am part of you. You have got to acknowledge me and incorporate me in. And it was so beautiful. And yeah, you're right. That boardroom is so much, I'm realizing, aligns with internal family systems. It aligns with this, inner parent, inner teenager, inner child, like that. That's our boardroom with the feelings.
Yeah. This is still become, I guess it is a practice that is this lifelong journey for me, is to fully accept every nook and cranny. There's still, I'm noticing in my life, there's still this ability to deny, or void or gloss over or not address, like it's just like, oh, look, squirrel, it's like, oh, there's a, it's like finding the next squirrel, as it, oh, look, or, New York, oh my God, rat, like it's just like literally just, whatever it is. And I'm realizing, through the lens of ACA, it's the internal drugstore,
Yes.
to not be able to sit in something or to want to avoid a feeling or alter mood, through all those feel good things is so, yeah. The other thing, as you were sharing earlier, is like the thing that came out to me was that, the triangle, the three sides of the stool, as it were, unity, service, recovery, and how it's like, I need all of it. I need all the long timers. I need all the newcomers. I need everybody in between, to kind of just be themselves, for me to actually, it's like they give me the permission to be me.
Yes. That is what we're trying to access. So I walked in the door thinking I'm trying to get good. And what I've learned over the years is I'm trying to get misty. And the goal is for me to be misty wherever I go, and for me to love myself, not care if these other people, wherever I go, throw me a ticker tape parade or shame me the Cersei down the path, The goal is for me to be true to myself wherever I go, incorporate all of it, the good and the bad, and let go of the attachment to the results of how other people see me. And when I can be in that space, and the last time I was at work was December 21st, and I go back on January 2nd. And I've been in this cocoon. Have you experienced, like, when you break up with someone and then like 3 weeks down the road, you're like, oh my God, I remember who I am. And you like fall in love with yourself again. And that's what this time has been for me. It's been like, oh my gosh, I remember who I am without this work drama. And I love this Misty, and I love, singing Taylor Swift at the top of my lungs. And I love like, just being at home and making my favorite nachos with jalapeno, like whatever it is, like yummy, And the trick is I'm dreading January 2nd. Like I'm dreading going back in there, and who will I be there, and how will it all go dark again? And I don't want to do that to myself. I can take staying in there, and they can, praise or deny however they choose to see fit.
it's like, it's that place of wholeness is what I hear you sharing, where it's, all parts, all, aligned, not aligned, whatever. There's balance, there's full acceptance. And it's ultimately like, I keep going back to this thing in my head. It's surfaced multiple times this week. That thing where in Bill's story, where they're sitting across the table, and he said, he was inwardly reorganized. His roots grasped new soil. And like as you were sharing, that's what I was like really present to. Is like this thing of like, my tree, like I'm rooted, I'm grounded, and it's not being affected by what I think you think or what I heard this one say, you know what I mean? And that is like so beautiful when I'm fully in that space. And I think it fluctuates for me, that space, it definitely rears its ugly head when I'm trying new things and I'm like, oof, it's like back to the old way of handling things, because that's what I know.
Oh my God, I love that. I love the reminder of roots grabbing new soil. That is so good because, yeah, I'm getting more nourishment. The roots are grabbing more soil. They're more grounded. And and this is what I've always admired. And my grandpa was like one of those stoic men. Like he was a colonel in the army, and he was like, 6'3" and buzz haircut, and like just so, and he was so loving and kind to me and to my grandmother. And I'm like, they just don't make him like that anymore. But they do. They do if I choose to see that. And it's that alignment. It's that tree trunk and grabbing those new roots of soil and being willing to stand there and brace for the hard ones. Man, we are getting really philosophical right now.
Really philosophical, but I keep going back to, you've shared with me, and I totally agree, is that the ACA is the trunk of the tree, and it's like, that's all the other, food, sex, money, all of the other, justified anger, resentment, all of those things are really just branches and leaves and whatnot from that core. And, yeah, God, I just am really just so grateful in this moment. Like, I definitely have been vibing. Like, when I sit in the rooms, like I look around and I envision us all in like a boat, and I look around, I'm like, oh, we're on the boat today, and I really am sensing, like, I just close my eyes and I just try to feel the energy, and I really feel the energy of the long timers. I just see them as like pillars, holding it together, in a way, like lighting the path, as it were, like they're not better or less than, they're just, they've been around that much longer, and not like putting them on a pedestal, but seeing that there's wisdom there, and love there, and history that I may not know of yet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it talks about, oh my God, and you just reminded me in A Vision for You. It says, how is this to come about, you ask? Where am I to find these people? You're going to meet these new friends in your own community. Near you, alcoholics are dying helplessly, like people in sinking ships. If you live in a large place, there are hundreds, high and low, rich and poor. These are future fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. Among them, you will make lifelong friends. You will be bound to them with new and wonderful ties, for you will escape disaster together. You will commence shoulder to shoulder your common journey. Then you will know what it means to give of yourself, that others may survive and rediscover life. You will learn the full meaning of love thy neighbor as thyself. All the feels, all the feels.
Oh my God. I'm putting Kleenex on the list. Like they are going to be the top sponsor, like that or puffs. I mean, either one, we're still available. So, I mean,
I
I love a good pocket tissue.
I need to bring the roll of toilet paper into my little home shift tent in here.
It's like, and you literally were like, I just needed to get Misty. I was like, yeah. Misty with Misty. Here we go.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I've been doing the same thing that you said, Sam. I have been doing that thing where I'm recognizing when I'm in it and taking note and like feeling the energy and realizing like this is so beautiful. This is so part of the human experience that so many people will miss. And we're so blessed that not only can we go in rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous and find it, we can go in rooms of ACA, we can go in rooms of DA, we can go in these different rooms and still have these truth basements. And now it's given me a place that I can go within myself and have it.
So beautiful. Mic drop.
Yeah, we're at our final 5 or 3 or 2, and I have a question, which is, when do you remember when you first felt the wonderment of the program instead of like, oh my God, I have to be here?
I keep going back to this scene when I was celebrating my first year, and my parents were there, and I got obsessed with clogs somewhere in my first year, and I had to get these like high heel clogs from Sweden that were red, and I received I was a vision. I was a vision. I was a vision. My mom had a matching pair, although hers weren't red, hers were black. And I was at this meeting receiving my coin, and it was like in that moment, it's almost like the Wizard of Oz, right? When Dorothy gets, goes back, it's like she realized it was all there, and I had spent my life running, and it was like I was there with like my family and then like my new family, and I just felt like I was totally being held and supported, and I really felt love flowing, and also overwhelmed. Like who'd have thunk, like, like that, like it would be putting down the drink or the drug, that was like the solution, and to do it for so long. I mean, what, a whole year? Like that's like crazy. Why would I even want to do that? It's like I really felt that. Yeah, I felt that wonderment.
That's beautiful. Really beautiful.
You?
It was the first time. Oh no, it just got different. It was after doing my 5th step. And I think I was like 9 months sober. And I went to my sponsor's house, and I was there for hours. And as I drove home, I smelled honeysuckles. And I had forgotten that there were seasons. I hadn't smelled honeysuckles since I was a kid. And I was like, oh wow, they're still doing this out here. They're still doing that whole seasons thing, And it was like just driving home that night with my window down and smelling honeysuckles and a summer breeze, and like realizing I was integrating back into life again. I was remembering who I was again, instead of just being this like drunken blackout. And that's what I say to people who I sponsor, and they talk about whether they want to go back out or not. I'm like, that's fine if you want to, but it's like there's this. This is dating myself, but a VCR of your life. Right.
Missy, you're gonna have a VCR with your wood panel Tesla.
There's this VCR of your life. I've been sober a long time, okay? And
this is what happens.
You're pressing play on your life. And then when you start drinking and drugging, you're pressing pause. And when I got sober, it was like I was pressing play again. And people who go back out, that's totally fine. But you're pressing pause. And at a certain point, you're either going to have to, come back and press play, or you're going to miss the whole thing that this is all about.
So true. So true.
By the way, I just want to say that Tesla came out with a Cybertruck, and it looks like an Aztec Pontiac married a Hummer, and it is horrid. It is the equivalent.
I have seen it.
I just saw it yesterday. I was like, ooh.
I have seen it, and I wonder what it would look like with wood paneling.
I know, that's one thing. That's all I could think of during this. I'm like, wait, that thing with wood paneling and a VCR in it. It's like a DeLorean on steroids.
We might as well put a lava lamp in there or something.
Oh my God, I don't want to manifest that for 2024. Pretty please, cancel clear. Cancel clear. Oh my God, Steely, love you so much.
Love you too. Thank you, Misty.
Bitch, call your sponsor.
Call your sponsor.
Bitch, call your sponsor.
Call your sponsor. Call your.
Send us an email with comments, questions, or concerns, bcysponsor@gmail.com.
Don't forget to rate 5 stars.